But arguably, like, the real fans of The View that are like, oh, these ladies are on point. Most of those people can't leave the house. Like, they're probably immobile.
Right.
But life is random. The only word to describe it when a big game hunter gets trampled by an elephant and then eaten by lions is hilarious.
Picture this. Joe Rogan and Bill Maher, two uncensored forces of nature, team up against Sunny Hostin. What follows? Pure chaos, brutal truth bombs, savage jabs, and silences so tense you could feel the discomfort. This wasn't just a clash. It was a showdown. Hostin didn't see it coming. The internet, it lost its mind. You think daytime TV is safe?
Your segment, you used the term woke, and you said that woke is what was sort of ruining everything, and I know that you're...
No, I didn't say ruining everything. I said that's why Trump could get reelected.
That's why Trump could get reelected. Yeah. So the term woke has been, in my view, co-opted by the right and weaponized and bastardized. And so I was surprised to hear you use the term because historically, as you know, because I think you're quite brilliant, that woke is a word used by the black community to note that we must be aware of social injustices.
But words
and
migrate.
So why is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing, and originally that was absolutely a great thing. Alert to injustice. Who's not for that? But words do.
Bill Maher and Joe Rogan, two unfiltered juggernauts known for saying what others won't, just set their sights on Sunny Hostin. And this? It wasn't a panel. It was an ambush. No tea, no safe takes, just brutal blows and a verbal storm. No one saw coming. The tension, off the charts, the gloves, gone. And Sunny, she never stood a chance. So now we ask, was this a debate or a public takedown in disguise?
I saw you on The View.
Yeah. So that's been overwhelming my past couple days. So I just went in there, did my thing. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know who Sunny Hostin was. I actually still really don't know. So I wasn't expecting necessarily for her to kind of try to ambush me in that way and attack my character in that way.
Well, it is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
yeah.
it is a rabies infested hen.
Maher and Rogan didn't come to talk. They came to obliterate. Think WWE tag team, but with mics, venom, and zero filter. Maher slices with icy sarcasm, peeling back Sunny Hostin's polished facade. Rogan, he crashes in like a wrecking ball. Wild, loud, relentless. They came for blood. And they're tearing through her progressive bubble like it never existed. But here's the twist. Was it truth-telling or a calculated takedown masked as comedy?
Now, I'll use any term you want.
Okay.
Because maybe that is a word that's triggering, and so let's not use that word. I don't know, want to call it the super far left, but don't tell me the left
Or maybe the super far right.
He's talking about the left. Well, then
okay,
I'm woke.
but we talked about that. I mean, I think we agree about the danger of the super far right, and I can't say it enough. I think they're the bigger threat. But don't tell me that the left hasn't changed.
You can feel the pressure mounting as Maher and Rogan take aim, tag-teaming their punchlines with surgical precision. Every word, a direct hit. Every pause, louder than a scream. Sunny's so-called moral high ground, shredded like it was. Never real to begin with. This isn't debate. This is public dissection. Even her most loyal fans are left blinking in disbelief. Rogan goes wild. Maher stays ice cold. It's chaos versus control. And Sunny's caught in the middle. He doesn't need to throw punches.
I get it. I also hate Joy Behar. So I don't love you, but I also hate that squawking bird. So I hate the whole thing. And frankly, that show, you want to talk about a show that set women back, is The View. You want to talk about that show. If the CIA is engineering, Antifa and fucking the Capitol riot, some crazy misogynist engineered The View. Because there's nothing worse than The View. In terms of there are so many brilliant women out there. None of them are on The View. None of them have gone near the set of The View.
Maher's comedy isn't just a performance, it's a weapon. With razor-sharp wit, he destroys the so-called elite. This time, his target is Sunny Hostin, high on her moral throne. Maher doesn't rush in. He watches, takes a sip, then casually drops a truth bomb. Everything Sunny thought she knew, shattered. It's the calm before the storm. As Maher speaks, the silence is deafening. His goal isn't just to call out hypocrisy, he's exposing it. Cancel culture, identity politics, things Sunny has long championed. But Maher isn't here to make her uncomfortable. He's here to destroy her foundation. Facts come like breadcrumbs, each one revealing more. Sunny's been hiding the truth. His voice drips with sarcasm. If facts were currency, Sunny would be bankrupt.
It's a very strange show, but it's fun to watch. It's just fun to watch them.
It's good entertainment.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly.
Well, they're just, it's interesting because I think Sunny's very intelligent, but she's ideologically captured.
Right.
That's sort of, I think the other ones, there's a couple of the other ones, don't have to name any names, are just very dull-minded. But I think Sunny's not one of them. I think she's smart, but captured.
Sure, I think she came into it with an agenda.
Of course. They do everything with an agenda.
It starts innocently enough, a line that seems polite, even friendly. But beneath it, a deadly intellectual uppercut. Sunny doesn't feel it at first, but the audience does. The laughter dies quickly, and for a moment, you can almost hear the tension crack. Sunny's usual composure, it's slipping fast. She's scrambling, looking for anything to hold on to save her face. But Maher isn't finished. No, not even close. He turns his focus to her moral high ground, the very foundation of her career. "You're the kind of person," Maher says, almost conspiratorially, who says the quiet part out loud and thinks it makes you enlightened. It's almost playful, but loaded with truth. Enough to make her question everything she's built. Maher's style? Cool, calm, precise. You don't realize the damage being done until it's too late. Each jab sinks deeper, each truth more painful than the last. Sunny, always in control, now looks anything but. Her smug smile fades, replaced with a look of pure discomfort. The shift is so subtle, yet so devastating. Maher's methodical, slow burning. And with every word, he's destroying the image Sunny has carefully crafted for years. The best part? He hasn't raised his voice. He hasn't had to shout. He's turned her own self-righteousness against her. Piece by piece, she's losing the battle. The question is, can she recover from this? Or is this the moment that ends everything?
It's called The View.
It's called The View. It's not called The Facts.
Yeah, but
It's
isn't it interesting that it's called, I don't think they meant this when Barbara Walters invented it a long time ago, but it's The View.
Well,
that's the problem in America.
But
There is one view,
right, and
one
that's clearly
true opinion, and everybody else can go sit in the corner.
That's correct. I think that's not actually, you're right.
The tension in the room is thick. You can feel it in the air. The audience gets it. They know what's happening. This isn't just a panel discussion anymore. No, this is a lesson in humility. And it's being delivered in the most savage, entertaining way possible. And Bill Maher, oh, he's just getting started. This is only the beginning. But hold on. Here comes Joe Rogan. And if you thought Maher was intense, Rogan is about to flip everything upside down. Unfiltered, brutal, and about as subtle as a sledgehammer. Where Maher crafts his punches with precision, Rogan swings for the fences, and he's not here to win friends. He's here to destroy. You know the type. The guy who walks into a room and announces, "I've got something to say." Then unapologetically starts swinging. The chaos? That's his playground. And when it comes to Sunny Hostin, sitting comfortably in her little corner of the View, Rogan's not pulling any punches. He's here to wake up that cozy little bubble. Rogan, he doesn't have time for nuance. He's not playing by anyone's rules. Where Maher is calculated and sharp, Rogan is all about brutal honesty. And when he enters the conversation, he flips the entire script. Gone is the calm burn of Maher's intellectual jabs. Now, it's time for a reality check. Rogan's mission? To expose the inconsistencies in Sunny's liberal rants. To poke holes in that self-righteous virtue signaling.
Talk about Whoopi Goldberg because I got so many texts this week because she attacked me the week
Yeah,
before.
sure.
So everybody was like, "Oh, Bill, I get you're enjoying the karma." First of all, I'm going to talk about this at the end of my show next week, teaser. But there is no f***ing thing as karma, okay? Get over that. Whoopi attacks me on a regular basis. She says stupid on a regular basis. It just happened to coincide.
The tension is palpable, and the moment you realize what's happening, your jaw hits the floor. Joe Rogan is about to tear Sunny Hostin apart, and it's all unfolding live. First, he attacks her, dismantling her tendency to preach without ever fully understanding what she's talking about. This isn't just about her emotional rants or sound bites. Rogan sees it. It's the complete detachment she has from the real-world consequences of her own political views. He doesn't hesitate. He goes straight for the throat. And that's the thing about Rogan. His blunt honesty isn't just refreshing, it's like watching a train derail. You don't know whether to be horrified or cheering, but you can't look away. He doesn't hold back. His humor isn't just a punchline, it's a reality check, and it hits harder than anything Sunny's ever had to face. Rogan's raw, unapologetic style makes Sunny's polished liberalism look like child's play. His words sting, and they land like a punch to the gut for the so-called activists who claim to be leading change but have nothing to show for it. And here's the twist. Rogan isn't just mocking Sunny's views, he's mocking the entire premise behind them. The foundation of her argument, it's a house of cards, and Rogan is about to knock it down. As Sunny scrambles to save face, Rogan's loving every second of it. For him, it's not just about dismantling her arguments, it's about exposing the lies, the false narratives that people like Sunny have been peddling for years, unchecked.
In fairness, though, I mean, The View has to be, if you average out The View hosts, among the dumbest people on television. And so it's like they say the thing that people are thinking, but they say it very directly, so they expose whatever truth. But
I don't think some of them are dumb.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think Sunny Hostin's
You think it's
dumb.
deliberate?
I think she's ideologically driven, and they have blinders on, for sure.
The moment you think it can't get worse for Sunny, the roast war takes a sharp turn, and it's only getting started. Bill Maher and Joe Rogan, they've just entered their territory, and they're ready to tear it all down. Maher, ever the strategist, doesn't rush in. No, he's the chess player here, thinking 5 steps ahead while Sunny is still trying to figure out her next move. It's a classic Maher move, weaving an intellectual web so tight that Sunny's only option is to try and make sense of it. But she's already out of her depth. He sets up the problem with surgical precision, masking it as a solution, but deep down, we all know, he's just waiting for that big punchline. This moment, it's pure art. Maher is a master of nuance, slowly outlining how Sunny's idealism is like a fairy tale. It sounds sweet, but it's completely detached from the brutal realities of the world. You talk about equality and social justice, he says, but where are the answers when tough decisions have to be made? It's like watching a TED Talk wrapped in a roast, and Sunny is left scrambling. But just as things seem to settle, Rogan swoops in. No filter, no hesitation. Bam. He doesn't care about playing nice. Let me spell it out for you, he says, and the internet explodes. Your theories are cute, he mocks, but in the real world, they're a disaster. Rogan's mock pity look only adds to the devastation. He cuts straight to the heart of it. How do you expect anyone to take you seriously when half the stuff you're pushing can't even function without blowing up in our faces?
Yeah, did you watch the episode where Tulsi Gabbard got on to defend herself and Joy Behar starts panicking and going over her notes while Tulsi is refuting everything that she said?
Yeah, I mean, Joy Behar, again, these people have dementia. These are people who, should not be allowed out of the house. They have a national platform. I mean, it is crazy. They have no idea. These people have never read a book.
Sunny, the unstoppable defender on The View, has finally met her match. But this time, she's not just up against another opinion, she's face-to-face with 2 of the most ruthless forces in media. Bill Maher and Joe Rogan have her trapped. Her usual quick-witted comebacks? Gone. Replaced by silence, as Maher and Rogan tear apart her every argument with precision, and it's all caught on camera. The internet, it exploded, but just when it seems like she's weathered the storm, Bill. Maher leans back, looking like the cat that got the cream. He's grinning, knowing he's about to deliver the final blow. You can almost hear the gears turning in his head. He's about to drop a truth bomb that will leave everyone in shock. Maher's humor, sharp, his words, deadly. Then it happens. Joe Rogan raises his voice, cutting through the tension like a chainsaw. You guys talk so much about progress, he says, leaning forward, eyes glinting with that devilish grin we've all come to recognize. But at this rate, you're just getting louder without saying anything real. It's like you're stuck in a cultural echo chamber, repeating the same stuff but never actually doing anything. He pauses, The crowd gasps. And then he delivers the kill shot. Try taking progress out of your Twitter bio and actually do something. Boom. Micey. Drop. The internet is freaking out and the crowd, they're applauding, laughing, and you can feel it. There's a relief in the air like they've just heard something they weren't supposed to. Meanwhile, Sunny, the once unflappable champion of progressive ideals, is a shell of her former self. She's visibly rattled, completely outclassed and outmatched. It's almost painful to watch. She searches for something, anything to say, but it's clear. She's got nothing. Maher and Rogan have dismantled her every argument. Fact after fact. Humor after humor. Blunt honesty after blunt honesty. And now, Sunny's left holding the empty bag of rhetoric. She's out of answers. As the dust settles, the aftermath is crystal clear. This wasn't just a celebrity roast. It was a reckoning, a reality check for the liberal talking points that have been paraded around on The View for years. Sunny Hostin, once the face of progressive arguments, has been defeated by her own hollow words. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about a celebrity getting roasted. It's a reminder of how some of these liberal elites can get lost in their own bubble, preaching ideals without ever facing the consequences of their own words. Did Sunny leave that set shaken to her core? Absolutely. But here's the real question. How long before someone else gets the Maher and Rogan treatment? Can anyone survive a roast like this? Or is this just the beginning of an even bigger storm brewing?